Hello and welcome to Food with Life. I am your host Chapati, and we're here at the Alchemy event in Los Angeles, California. And we have a very, very special guest here. She's from Japan and the granddaughter of the Japanese Meiji Emperor. And it's our honor to welcome Princess Kaoru Nakamaru. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
You know, we're at this event of deep spirituality. And I know you have a very big, broad background of international politics and business and wisdom. And I see when I read the papers and even the people I experience, there seems to be a very big gap between business and our spiritual core, spirituality. True spirituality. Give me a short view what you think about this and how it can possibly be narrow.
Well, first of all, I think most of the people now in the world forget about that our spirit keep on living, and in Buddhism they say reincarnation. That is true. I experienced myself. The concept of reincarnation is what you do, you are responsible. Everything will come back to you. Once you understand that, whether it's business or politics, 180%, the outlook could be different. Once you understand that what you're trying to kill other person, bombing other country, it will come back to you, you see. Or in the business, same way. If your ego is so strong and just win, it doesn't, work good way, you see.
Don't get anything for free.
Right.
And we say in Eastern terms is karma.
Ah, yes.
What you put out there comes back.
Yes, exactly.
And it's interesting
That is
because
true.
you think that the politicians would know this, But
They don't know.
no, but yeah, it doesn't seem the politics in the West, or even most of the world, they're familiar with the Eastern religion, the Islam or the Western, the Old Testament or the New Testament, whatever the writings are, they read about this, but then they forget about it.
Right. They don't take it seriously.
No, exactly. And it's I'm shocked when I read a paper or I hear about a bombing or something. They're the leaders, whoever puts this forth, are not in touch at all with the concept of divinity.
Yes, exactly. Once.
What is it your belief about divinity or divine intention, for mankind? What do you think?
Well, 1976, I had fantastic spiritual experience. Ever since then, I understand creator of this universe is love and light and energy. And part of that, we have it in our heart, in a spirit. That means we can tell light to other people, but never tell a lie to ourselves. That you call conscience, you see. Conscience is the part of creator of the universe. So we are directly connected,
Yes.
And after my spiritual experience, I learned life is eternal. Reincarnation, it's true. We leave the body here, but the spirit go on living. And through my body, I remember up until 7,000 years ago, since I was born, I came to this planet.
Yes.
I remember who I was, where I was born, and all this. And I could even, putting into that spirit I could even speak in that language. I've never learned. Columbia University, 4 languages was, necessary, but None of these languages I never learned, but when I put the spirit in the older time, like Cleopatra time or Buddha's time or Zeus and Apollo time Greek, I could speak, converse with that, and that experience I had that through my body, it's proved reincarnation is true, you see.
We're going
So
to talk more about this. It's fascinating. That's very fascinating, right? Stay with me. I am your host, Chapati. This is Food with Life. We'll be right back with our wonderful guest, Princess Kaoru Nakamaru. Stay with us, please.
Okay, good. Do you want to cut, or would you like to keep rolling?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, we're good.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, when you're ready. 5, 4,
Okay.
3, 2.
Welcome back to Food with Life. I am your host, Chapati, and we're here at the Alchemy event in Los Angeles with our wonderful special guest, Princess Kaoru Nakamaru, Japanese, wonderful. You know, you're just touching on a very interesting subject of how you're in your body and one time your spirit goes on and you reincarnate, you know, as another being in another possibly body, another location, anything. What's your specific understanding of this, of the reincarnation? You know, do you take with you not ideas, but behavior, emotional impressions that you have?
no, not such a thing, but in concrete way, I know who I was and so forth. When I put that spirit in, I could speak in that language and converse, you see. In Arab world, I met all the kings in Arab world, and I've been 190 countries throughout the world. And most of the world leaders I met, including American president and so forth. So in Arab world, whenever I meet all these kings, they treat me as if, treating the queen, because I happen to be queens in Arab world 3 times.
Oh yes.
Yes, and so they were inviting, and even Madame Thatcher or Madame Gandhi was not invited in that castle. No women is allowed, but when they invite me, they put me in that castle.
Yes.
So when I invited all these princes, about 10 princes gathered, and so they invited me for lunch. So I said, tomorrow, what about I would like to invite you to that, to that castle. And they said, no, we women could not go into that
So
castle.
this is the forbidden castle.
No. In Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And they said even Madame Gandhi or Madame Thatcher was not allowed in that castle, only men. But somehow I was invited there. So I tried to invite all these princes in that. They said, no, we women cannot go into that castle. That only the men allowed. So many strange miracle-like things happening to me all my life.
No women came then with you. You were the only one there.
Yes, yeah.
Ah.
In that castle, you see. Yes.
So what was it like? There were all the men were there, or you by yourself?
No, that castle is built for the other Arab king, you see.
Yes.
And usually they come with many servants, so forth. So when I arrived, even from the plane, they just drove chief protocol next to me and the 3 cars together like this. I thought they would take me to Hilton or Sheraton, but they took me to the palace.
Yes.
Only men are allowed, but I was the only women
Only women
there.
then.
Yes. So in one room is enough because I went alone, but they arranged 9 rooms for me, and each bathroom gold, things.
Yes.
So many miracle-like things happen throughout my life
Yes.
after that. Yes.
what do you think, it seems to be indicating certain castes or certain religions or groups have in their mind, men doing this, men can be here, women cannot. Like the woman is subservient to the man.
Well, first of all, when I had spiritual experience, creator of this universe is love and light and energy, you see. Then closest human being to this creator is called Eluranti. Eluranti guided Moses under the name of Yahweh. He guided Jesus Christ under the name of Jehovah. He guided Islamic people under the name of Allah.
Yeah.
He guided Buddha under the name of Brahman. But nobody saying, I am God, you see.
Yes.
I think all this religion, like since Moses' time, 3,000 some years, Jesus Christ time since 2,000 years, Buddha time 2,500 years, and all this, during this time, people's intellectual power and wish sort of make up many things.
Right.
So,
Stay with the thought. I want to go back on this in a minute. We need to take a break, okay?
oh, okay, thank
Be
you.
right back. I am your Chapati. We'll be right back. This is Food with Lights. Please stay with us.
Okay, good. Do you want to cut? Or
Yeah, let's cut. Go right in.
We're cutting? Yeah.
No, we're not cutting.
Oh, we're not.
No,
You just said cut. Okay.
I didn't say cut. Ready? Are you rolling, John?
Yeah, I one second. All right, I'm on.
Is the framing on that still good?
Yeah, it's good. You're
Okay. Yeah, 3,
Ready?
2, 1.
Welcome back to Food with Life. I am your Chapati, and we're with our wonderful guest, Kaoru Nakamaru, and she's giving us some wisdom about reincarnation and where we are, where we were, and where we will be. So tell me, continue on with your journey you were touching on.
So, well, nowadays world is moving way of power, using way of power. That means if you don't listen to us, we bomb you. Or with this international monetary system, So completely opposite from that way of power is way of life. That is through the spiritual awakening, through the spiritual renaissance, we would make utopia, we would make someday the planet without national boundary, one
I know,
world.
I think,
you see?
and I think I know the world is much in their heads.
Yes,
Their
exactly.
intellects.
Right.
They're
right.
not in their hearts.
Right. That's the
The
problem.
intellect separates everything.
Yes.
The heart unifies everything. And the heart is this big and the intellect is this big. And this is the problem.
This is a problem, and
You know?
it's happening all
All
over the
over.
world.
Over.
So
over.
through this kind of TV work or information, giving to the people, helping how to become awakening person, that I think is cleansing your spirit, cleansing your soul is very important.
Vital. And the world, I cannot see the world becoming a better place until the heart is opened up.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yes.
It's continuing, even the presidents and all this, they may say something about it, but they're not experiencing it in their life, and they're living it, because they predicate all these different laws and regulations and rules that are all about the head.
So I visited 190 countries, and through that, even including North Korea, even Gaddafi, I met Saddam Hussein. Each country I visit, I thought someone is controlling the mass media, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I start finding.
Yes.
So the important thing is really cleansing our heart, and that way the true renaissance will start. And these things now, in order to create a better world and utopia, we cannot rely on politicians, bureaucrats, or business tycoon. It is important. People, each one of us should stand up now by cleansing our soul and connecting each other, and all this, the network of the light of each person's heart. That's the only way to create a better world now.
To come together.
Yes.
So we have to go to a separate thing from the government, complete, and go to our own group of spiritual gatherings.
Yes, of course.
And then we have to make this multiply to many people,
Yes,
many thousands
yes.
and millions of people. So this is something which I know I don't know if it's ever been tried on big levels. I know in the U.S. and different meditation groups they've tried this thing and here and there, but it doesn't catch like a real wild. You know, it's very slow, and not everyone wants to do it because they're afraid.
Yes, as I said, you see, all the religions making very dogmatic way, and even nowadays fighting among religious people.
Right.
You know, this is no longer
No, yes.
Creator's teaching. You know, law of universe is you just cleanse your soul and you start living very honestly. You know, and so it's a very different way. So much because of religion there is a war.
But
Like,
that
you
is
know.
so contrary, you know. It's religion, you know, it comes from my Latin, I know, relio means to bind back to the source, you know. And instead, it's only religion is using, people use religion to pull us apart because they cannot accept another religion or another belief system or something. So it pushes them away.
Yes,
And
that
causes this argument, this back and forth, which only further exasperates the whole problem.
that is the ego.
Ego.
You know,
Exactly.
that is the ego and the mentality and the intellectual, which is
beautiful, what you
yes. So that is the problem.
The
So we have
dilemma.
to correct it. That's how I had such a spiritual experience, and you know, through what happened to me, through what I learned, I can start
To share.
sharing with people.
We touch more on this, okay? We'll take a break. I am your host, Chipati. This is Food with Life. We'll be right back with our wonderful guest, which is Kaoru Nakamaru. Stay with us, please. Welcome back to Food with Life. I am your host, Chapati, with our very special guest, Princess Kaoru Nakamaru. Again, pleasure to have you as our guest.
Thank you.
You were touching on what I would say is a word of collective consciousness, and how religions are not in this tune with this. They're actually they're not using it consciously, but they're going back and forth in arguments back and forth, which is kind of the opposite way we want to go.
So I think we should now know very soon we may have shortage of food, you know, and government is not really advising people the correct way. So we have to protect ourselves by receiving the true information needed, you know. I think you sort of, how do you say, unified way of living, like agriculture and all these things community. Yes, community
Community.
is the most important thing from
Yes.
now on to survive, you see. Because government is even telling
They're not there.
influenza shot and vaccine. That itself is very damaging to the people's health.
I know.
In Japan, we are, writing many books like that, but they are almost forcing you to do it.
Right,
It's like
right.
everything is a money matter. Some people connected with some certain group.
Financial.
Yes, so
yes.
this is the problem. So we have to protect ourselves by getting the true information.
Right.
And then community we should make.
Community, and
Yes.
it's in my belief, it's, as we say, sharing is caring.
Yes,
But it has to come from here.
Right,
It cannot be
right.
up here. You know, the government puts in these infractions and laws and this and that, but they don't think about how does it feel, what is the emotional background, you know?
and since mass media is controlled, people don't understand what Monsanto is doing to the people. It's so damaging throughout the world, you see. So people are the one who get the information and protect yourself to eat the right things, to drink the right water,
Right.
and the community way, you cultivate the place without using any chemical.
Yes. So is this very much a sort of what you call an organic movement in
Yes.
Japan too?
Yes, it's
Very
happening.
much for it.
Yes.
And is the government pushing for this?
Government is not helping, so people itself, we have to protect ourselves.
Yes, so the
You
government
see,
is almost-
when the TPP comes,
Yes.
I think U.S. is also damaged,
Yes. Yes.
And in Japan, the same. Maybe it's not going to happen because your Republican diet, people are start against him or checking.
Right. Yes.
So
What is your suggestion? What do you think could do if we had one thing to do to help this problem go away? What would you?
well, important thing to.
Because I know you have a spiritual movement, I understand.
Yes, but many people do not have the true information. You see, they're brainwashed. Most of the people
Yes.
from media, and even in media there's subliminal
Yes.
things.
Yes,
Some
yes,
people
yes.
could hear that kill, something like that. Repeated. It's a bad influence
Yes.
to the children, to the people. So we have to get the true information, and in order to do that, I created some association. Then once a month the True Information newspaper. Then I published the book. 90 books I published, from international politics to the spirituality in Japanese. Then I lecture or I have seminar and symposium throughout Japan. Last 16 years from Hokkaido to Okinawa. So from the heaven, Moses and all this, Buddha, they said, you've done enough. Thank you so much for Japan. What you promised with the God, 90% you completed now.
Yes.
So now in the world, they're waiting that you promised someday meeting together and with the spiritual renaissance to create a better world. So go to the world. So this is the first time I came America and doing this, session.
Yes.
And many of the audience, I said this kind of spiritual talk. They said, "Oh, you are doing so much sharing to the world
Important.
wisdoms."
Important.
So I'm glad I'm here now and also having
We're blessed to
this
have you.
opportunity
We're blessed to have you.
with you.
I
Yes.
want to thank you very much
Thank
for the
you.
wisdom you share. And our audience will be very grateful. And we just keep the faith,
Yes,
keep the heart open.
yes, yes. We will meet here and there, someday in Japan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Our honor. I am your host, Chapati. This is Food with Life with our very special guest, Princess Kaoru Nakamaru, Japan, and we are very thankful she took the time to be with us. See you very soon. I am your host, Chapati. Be well, be happy, and come from the heart. Bye-bye. Good?
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Yes,
It was
yes.
very short and
That was
quick.
really good.
Honor to have you.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Can I